A new city is being built in Saudi Arabia that looks like something from a science fiction movie. It's called The Line, and it's going to be 170 kilometers long. This city will be 500 meters tall, higher than the Eiffel Tower, and only 200 meters wide. On both sides, there will be huge mirror panels. It will also have lots of greenery and futuristic technologies. Some estimates say it could cost up to $1 trillion to build, and Saudi Arabia hopes to have it ready by 2045. But is that even possible? What will the pros and cons be? And how will it affect the world? Let's dive in. When people think of Saudi Arabia, they usually think of deserts and oil. That's true, as the country is mostly desert and can get up to 45 degrees Celsius in the daytime, but at night it gets really cold. But Saudi Arabia is also geographically diverse. There are savannas, mountains, and even volcanic fields. It's the largest economy in the Middle East and the 18th largest in the world. Most of its economy relies on oil, and it's the world's biggest oil exporter. However, Saudi Arabia wants to move beyond oil, and they have a plan for that, Saudi Vision 2030. This plan focuses on developing health, education, infrastructure, tourism, and non-oil exports. One big part of Vision 2030 is the creation of Neom, a futuristic smart city. Neom isn't just one city, it's a whole region where several cities, resorts, and other developments will be built. The whole area will be about 26,500 square kilometers, and it's located in the northwestern part of Saudi Arabia, near the Red Sea. This area was chosen because it has a milder climate compared to the middle of the desert. The name Neom is a mix of the Greek word neo, meaning new, and M, which stands for two things: Mohammed bin Salman, the crown prince, and the Arabic word mustaqbal, meaning future. The goal is to build a city that shows us what the future could look like. Neom will have 10 major projects, and 4 have already been announced. Octagon, a floating octagon-shaped port, the next-generation industrial hub. Trojena, a massive outdoor skiing area, the first of its kind in the Arabian Peninsula. Sindala, a luxury resort on an island that can host 2,400 people. The Line, the most ambitious and unusual project of all. The Line was first announced in January 2021, and at first many people weren't sure if it would ever happen. But construction has already begun. This futuristic city will be built between two 500-meter tall skyscrapers, stretched out in a straight line for 170 kilometers. The buildings will have mirrors on the outside, and inside everything will be high-tech. The design is inspired by something called arcology, a concept that blends architecture and ecology. The goal is to build cities in a way that causes as little harm to the environment as possible. The idea of building in a line instead of spreading out is to minimize the impact on nature. This city will fit 9 million people in just 34 square kilometers, which is about 1/20th the size of New York City. People will be able to move in 3 ways: up, down, and sideways. In the city, a concept called zero-gravity urbanism. The city will run on 100% renewable energy, including solar, wind, and hydrogen. There will be no cars or roads. Instead, people will walk through parks and green spaces. High-speed transportation will connect the 2 ends of the city, taking only 20 minutes to travel from one end to the other. Also, everything people need will be within a 5-minute walk, and the climate will be controlled inside, so the heat outside won't affect you. Located near the Red Sea, the Line is also expected to become a big trade hub, with an airport nearby making it easy to travel to Europe, Asia, and Africa in just 6 hours. The city will also rely on AI to help run things smoothly, analyzing data to meet people's personal needs. But there are some big challenges ahead. The main one is money. Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, which is paying for the project, is large, but it's based on oil, and oil prices can change. Also, the initial budget for Neom was $500 billion, and now some estimates say the full cost could reach $1 trillion. This means they might need investors from other countries, but so far they haven't had much success attracting foreign investment. Another challenge is the technology needed. For example, the high-speed transportation system they want to build would need to go faster than anything we have now, and we don't yet have the technology to make that happen. Also, building 500-meter-high mirrors is a huge challenge. Right now, it seems like these mirrors are more for aesthetics, not function. Then there's the environmental impact. Although they claim the city will have minimal environmental damage, the construction of two 500-meter-tall buildings covered in glass will release a lot of carbon dioxide, around 1.8 billion tons, which is equivalent to the UK's carbon emissions for 4 years. There are also worries about how wildlife will be affected, with no natural ways for animals to move through the area. The design might also cause inefficiency. With such a long city and only one main transportation route, if something goes wrong, the whole city's transport system could be delayed. And finally, would people even want to live there? Living in a city with no connection to nature, where you're constantly surveilled, might feel more like a dystopian future than a utopia. In my opinion, the line might remain a dream for the future. Saudi Arabia has tried big projects like this before, like building the world's tallest building, but that was abandoned halfway through. What do you think about the line? Would you live in a city like this? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.